There's some moments in time that just go down in history as some of the all-time moments of all time. And this is going to be one of those moments of all time that goes down as a moment of all time. People have been waiting for this reunion ever since someone commented that we made potentially the worst podcast of all time. Regan Spear is next to me. It's the Sunday Debrief reunion.
Fitzy, it is good to be here, and I'm so glad to be running it back. It's been a long time coming, but no better way to do it. So thanks for having me on the program. It is a beautiful day in Perth, and there's just nothing better, mate.
It is a pearler. We got this beautiful bus going past. I think about to do a Fremantle prison tour. It's right behind us, and we might talk to some people who jump out. This is West Byers, is WA's most reliable news source in the whole state, and what a place to be. The breeze is coming through. It's a little bit fresh today, but otherwise Wednesdays, which is when we record, has just been on a generational run of weather. We were down at Bathers Beach, not far away, not too long ago, and now we're here at the prison.
Yeah, it's a fantastic day for it. A little bit nippy this morning, a little bit nippy, I'm not going to lie. Needed that coffee, but I'm glad to be here, and like you said, WA's most reliable news source, and geez, we have some things to talk about today.
Oh yeah, obviously we'll get to plenty of sports stuff, but the Derby was probably the headline of the week. How did you see that one? 70 points to the Dockers.
Look, always nervous as a Dockers man heading in, but I think we knew the tides were going to change eventually. Just what quarter was that going to be? We didn't know. Third term it was. Inaccuracy again. Far out, that needs to be fixed come finals time, I think. But I mean, the Eagles put up a good fight in that first half, but yeah, dominant by Freo in the end, and no forfeit for yourself.
No, so we escaped the forfeit. Actually, kind of buried the elephant in the room that you're not Seb Clark, who's normally sitting next to me. Seb has a broken face.
Probably should have got to that off the top.
He's not been sacked. We've not just reverted. We've not just gone right. Sunday Debrief is back. As much as this won't be certainly not the last time that you feature on West Bias, but as the engine of the bus behind me just raises a little bit in volume. And fantastically, we've got another one just about to come through as well. This is the great thing about being on site in the community, is that you never know what's going to happen. Yes, Seb copped some friendly fire in a football contest in, Resi's at Kingsway over the weekend, and his face is blown up.
Yeah, you showed me the photo, and he looked like he'd been stung by about 1,000 bees. Yes. So I'm wishing Sebi the best of luck in his recovery, and he's probably glad that you've spoken about this now, because he's probably been watching these first couple of minutes and going, are they going to address me just not being here?
No one cares.
So I'm glad you got to that.
And importantly, so one of his eyes is like completely closed as a black eye, and as we kind of mentioned, Seb can sort of only see out of one eye in the first place. Fortunately, the one that's closed up is the one that already doesn't really work, so he can still see.
Good to know.
Would be a lot of strife if his good eye was the one that closed up. He would actually just be blind.
There's always worse.
It could always be worse. We take the silver lining, glass half full. Now, there's some massive news stories coming out of this week, as there always is in Perth, and the roads is going to be something that we talk about a couple times on the show today. Firstly, we're starting off hot. Ascot man aged 43 issued fine after being caught on camera with a child in the ute tray.
A strong start.
It's not ideal. I mean, the child was safe. But if we take action over outcome, it's probably not the best thing to do.
No, not the greatest look. Is it said how old child is?
Hello there.
Hello.
Yeah, you are.
Certainly are.
Not just the news, the greatest news. It's incredible timing that we've kicked off today. We've just had 2 whole school buses rolling behind us for some... Did you ever do the Freo prison tour?
I don't think so. No, certainly did not. We did go to Canberra though.
Oh.
Parliament House, yes.
Yes, right.
Yes, so maybe a little bit of an upgrade. But
How did you just, instead of Freo Prison, we just drove to Canberra instead?
speaking of cold, that was cold.
Very
That was
cold.
very cold. And it was also the only time I've ever seen snow.
There you go.
Yes.
That is, well, you can often see snow on a Saturday night in Armidale or Midland if you ever do want to go out and see it again. It does not specify the age of the child in the
Okay.
back of the ute tray. But look, probably young enough to be making the decision to say, hey, Dad, I reckon I want to sit in the ute tray today, and make that decision in a smart way. So probably the dad's fault on that occasion.
Yeah, not a great look. And I mean, now it's there for all to see. So I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of backlash and a lesson to be learnt, it's fair to say.
This one's massive for our friends in the far south. There's going to be a fourth McDonald's in the city of Mathandra. This is huge.
A fourth one?
A fourth one.
Okay.
I mean, I guess there's McDonald's on most corners. And to be honest, I kind of thought Mandurah would already have more than 18 McDonald's as of yet.
Yeah,
But,
you're a big McDonald's guy. Do you go there often?
look, yeah, every night for dinner. I mean, it's tough. It's tough these days. Like, you're trying to cook food. Like,
And it's not exactly cheap either.
not cheap at all. No, not at all.
Or fast. So what's the... what are we doing here? And sort of on that as well, speaking of, I guess, franchises close together in a proximity, I still don't really understand why petrol stations can be so close together.
Yeah, true. Well, there's so many different outlets of fuel station. I guess you've got BP, Ampol, 7-Eleven.
Yes.
And I guess they all want to be in the hot spots.
Yeah, I understand that. But if one is significantly cheaper than the other, and they're literally right next to each other or across the road, wouldn't you just go to the cheaper one?
You would have thought so, yes. But then it gets complicated because then they introduce like reward systems and, loyalty cards. And to be honest, probably have never felt a real passionate sense of loyalty to any oil company. I don't think BP, like I could never cheat on BP. Like it's just, the guys at the top are just so good. Like it's an operation of when I'm on empty, the first one that I come across.
Yeah, and they get you as well. You pay for your fuel, and then they go, hey, do you want to round up and donate to this charity? Or do you want to donate your life savings to this organisation? And I feel like the one time I say no, that's when the camera crew pops out. And we're live on West Bias
Yes.
with the most ungrateful man ever.
Why do you hate children in poverty like this? But then again, the donation realistically is just going to the CEO in the Middle East, just reaping the rewards of the oil, just at the Strait of Hormuz, just like get in there. Regan Spear in Perth, Australia has just added another 40 cents to my bank account. This is awesome. So it's a moral dilemma whether to donate to the charities that they claim that they go to. Speaking of roads, and this is probably where we have our parliament in sitting. This is where we sort of put ourselves in the seat of a politician and think, how are we going to fix a problem? And we're fixing the roads today because the RAC have revealed in their crash data for this annual time period, the worst roads and intersections in Perth, the worst cars, and the causes of the crashes. Okay.
So
quite interesting.
Worst roads in terms of most dangerous?
Yeah, where the most crashes happen.
Okay, that would be interesting.
This is tough to put you on the spot with because the worst intersection is a little bit far from where we live. Could you have a guess at the highway that might be involved?
Oh. I think it's got to be somewhere where there is like one of those big merging lanes. Sort of when you go past the city and there are those two lanes and you sort of got to go into one. I'm thinking somewhere...
just before the Narrows Bridge is just horrific.
There. I actually don't really know.
To be fair,
I'd like you to give me this first one.
It's down in Cannington, which we probably don't really frequent all that often. So RSC have found that the worst road in Perth for crashes is Albany Highway.
Albany Highway.
Its intersection with Nicholson Road.
Okay.
In Cannington.
Can't say I've been down there all too often.
But that's not to say that we can't. We probably should go and visit and just driving
Give it a
through.
test run.
There's another bus load coming.
Just add to the statistics.
Yeah, we can add to the statistics. Some of the other ones. Carrinup Road in Carrinup. Reckons that one's bad.
What about Carrinup car park? Because I've actually scraped a pole there before.
Have you?
Yeah.
How did you manage that?
Parking.
Just
And I mistook the open car spot for a pole, and I sort of just scraped the side of it. So there was a little bit of yellow paint, and then I proceeded to not realise I did that, go into the shops, and then come out about 3 hours later, still looking for my car in the car park. And then I got home, I saw the paint on my beautiful white X-Trail.
It is very white, yes.
And yeah, cried myself to sleep that night.
Fantastic. And it's reduced the value of your Nissan Sex Trail from $3,000 to $2,500, which is a shame. So we'll see that one on Facebook Marketplace in the next coming week. And I'm glad you mentioned that because one of the other ones is Joondalup Drive in Joondalup. And the only time I've hit another vehicle was in the Lakeside Joondalup car park.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm wondering if these involve car parks.
Joondalup Drive's an interesting one. I don't really know if I've seen too many pranks there.
I don't know why Carrinup Road would be either. It's like 60 Ks and it just goes straight up and down kind of from Trig to or like the freeway.
I've got to ask, do you think those smart freeways have helped? Because they're pretty much everywhere now, at every entry and sort of exit. Do you reckon they've helped at all with the, was they just supposed to improve traffic flow?
No, probably not. Because I don't think anything can save the fact that there's like 7 crashes every single morning. Like, you can have as many, you know, smart entries and separate like when people are coming on to, you know, make it a smoother entry and then changing the speed limits so it's not, you know, you're not starting and braking as often and it's just smooth. But it just doesn't matter when a truck just nails the back of a Hyundai i30 every single peak hour and it all just goes to waste and suddenly it's taking an hour and a half to get from Joondalup to the city again. So the intention is there, like action over outcome. I'll credit the action, but the outcome, unfortunately, I'm not sure that it can be saved.
Yeah, I tend to agree. There is nothing from stopping a real big loaded truck or a maxed out Hilux from putting their high beams on me whilst I'm going 140 in the right hand lane and they're still right up my bum.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping that.
There's no smart freeway can end the tailgating. Or, on the other hand, other people going 75 in the 100 lane. That also can't be stopped by a smart freeway. It's just the stupidity of drivers.
You can't.
RSC have also listed the make of car, most likely. To be fair, it's kind of like I've got a list of 5 makes of cars here, and it's kind of just the most popular.
Yeah, I was going to say, wouldn't it just be the most popular makes? That would make a bit more
Toyota,
sense.
Mazda, Hyundai, Mitsubishi, and Ford are the biggest collision culprits. Absolutely shocked that Holdens are not in there.
Maybe they're more cause of collision, and then they just shoot off.
True. The Commodore is involved in the most, but because they hit and run, you actually like that. It's not in the data. The police cannot add that to their statistics. What else do they have? Oh yes, the causes. So nose to tail. So rear ending is the most common reason behind the collision, with around almost a third of accidents being caused by tailgating. Is what they've said.
Makes sense.
Not really surprised by that. Most claims claims to RAC aren't high-speed collisions. They're just everyday bingles, as they've described them as.
Okay, that's one for the
minor
dictionary.
collisions, collisions with stationary objects, such as poles.
Good to hear. I'm not alone.
And failure to give way, which means they're also among the most preventable.
Yes. Yeah. I think the stop starts are the real big one, because I myself have also had a bit of a rear end collision on the freeway,
Yes.
which was a little bit frightening. But that was it was a wet afternoon.
Okay.
Driving home from work, I'm pretty sure, around that sort of Hutton Street area. I've also driven over a nail, which I popped a tyre on the freeway too. So I'm not at the greatest of run. Nothing to do with myself as a driver.
Pretty unfortunate. Can we just go back to that?
Yes.
To the
Yes.
collision one.
It
So
was a bit stop start. Very wet on the roads, and may have gone a little bit too fast on the acceleration pedal, but it was a very harsh braking from, I'm going to say 5 or 6 cars ahead. And then it all just sort of domino affected. Yes. The car in front of me hit the car in front of them, and then I did the same. And yeah, the rest is history.
One behind you?
They got off scot-free.
Sure. See, that's unfortunate for you, because if the one then behind you, then it gives you a bit of like, well,
yeah,
they weren't able to brake in time either.
Yes.
But unfortunately, you were the last one who failed to brake in time.
It does. Well, luckily they had one of the roadside assistance trucks very, very near. I swear they just wait around for a collision like that. And sometimes I almost reckon they cause the collision on purpose, because I've seen some of those drive recklessly and almost cause the collision just so they can pick a car up.
They've got to pay the bills too, the tow truck drivers.
They do.
So I will, credit the smart, as part of those smart freeways, they do have those like main roads trucks, and they've got the big sign that says merge and all that. And if you were involved in a collision, it's probably reassuring to know that they've got like the cameras which go to sort of the HQ, which then send the truck out to go and deal with it.
Yes.
And then, you don't have to get out your vehicle or call your dad and say, oh, just wrote your car off. Sorry. We'll go on to the armchair experts. That was technically Parliament is sitting, but we never actually really fix anything. So we've discussed all the issues. We've pretty much come to the conclusion that the smart freeways and the road rules cannot fix the stupidity of drivers. Fair to say?
Fair to say.
Great. We'll go back to the Derby. So one of the big talking points out of it was Harley Reid and whether he is umpired differently. Probably unfair that we've got 2 Fremantle fans on the case here. Your initial thoughts on the statement that Harley Reid is umpired differently?
It's a really good discussion, and I actually had this yesterday on the airwaves, 91.3 Sport FM most days. If you want to listen to myself, as you can see, have the head for radio. So interesting.
and the voice for the deaf.
And the voice for literally anything else.
Got a face for the blind and a voice for the deaf.
It's an interesting statement. I have no doubt that the umpires are looking at him more. I think that's an absolute fact. And you heard that in the umpire mics when they said the quote that I've got eyes on. They literally said, "I've got eyes on Harley," and I've no doubt that they will, because he basically gets tagged each week. He's West Coast best player. I think he has to, I guess, deal with that better. And I brought it back to the sort of Cam Rayner, Mark O'Connor incident, where I think next time those two play, the umpires are going to have one eye open just on those two anyway. But in terms of if he gets umpired differently, I don't think so.
It almost, I think it sort of sums up his whole career of, he's got more attention from all angles. He's the most spoken about player in this state. Possibly, the most spoken about #1 draft pick ever through his first few years. So I think he's looked at more in all facets, from on the field and off the field. He's, as you say, like, he gets tagged. The opponent's looking at him the most, and he's their biggest contested beast, and he's their best player, and he's around the ball the most out of any of those Eagles. But the umpires shouldn't be saying at a stoppage where you've got 10 blokes around the ball that I'm looking at Harley. That's reminded me of, I'm going to say it was the 2015 prelim, Fremantle Hawthorn, and the umpire Mike goes, "I'm looking out for the Hayden Ballantyne stuff," and Ballantyne off the ball gives a little nudge. Freo got cleaned up by the umpires all night there. No bias, no West bias involved in that. Like, that's just objective fact that Fremantle got completely robbed by the Victorian-based umpires that night. But that one specifically, It was a little soft little nudge, and because the umpires were looking for it, they've given an off-the-ball free kick. And I think it took the ball off Freo going forward or taking a shot at goal and gave it to Hawthorn at halfback, and away they went. And, yes, Tommy Sheridan dropped a mark at halfback with 15 minutes to go and allowed Cyril Rioli to seal the game. But other than that, it was completely because of the men in green that night. Just reminds me of that should umpires be looking at specific players who are involved in these stuff? Toby Green tax. That's maybe the most common one over the last decade.
Oh, potentially. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think they should just look at everyone equally.
Yes.
In my opinion. It's harder when it's off the ball, when I guess you have the umpires a bit more, split out across the field too. But yeah, I think everyone, new game, whoever's playing, clean slate. Don't look at sort of past things. I think everyone should be looked at equally.
Devil's advocate. In that game particularly, he's thrown an elbow back at Matt Johnson, which was a free kick, and fairly so. He's driven a knee into Luke Ryan on the ground, which was given a free kick, and fairly so. When he's doing little things that otherwise an umpire wouldn't see because it's off the ball, therefore, is it fair that the umpires are going, I'm looking at Harley because he's already thrown 2 or 3 little off-the-ball things that were correctly paid free kicks, so they're going to keep looking for it.
Yeah, I do think it's fair, and you see Harley go up to the umpires himself and have a chat in breaks in play or at quarter time, half time, or whatever. And I'm certain that maybe Harley's opponents as well go to the umpires and just say, hey, watch it. Harley's giving me these rib ticklers every second he gets. Could you just keep an eye out? So I'm sure the players themselves are actually initiating it. And I mean, you make a good point. There's an argument for either side, I think.
The West had a breakdown. They first did a breakdown of all his free kicks in the Derby, and then they've done it for the whole season. So of the there you go. The 10 o'clock bells are going off. At the
One of the all-time times. 10 o'clock on a Wednesday.
It is a great time to ring a bell. 10 o'clock on a Wednesday. Next best time will be 11 o'clock on a Wednesday. Will be the next best time to ring a bell. So they've broken down. I think there's 58 frees he's been involved in. The split between for and against is just to the against side, I think. Not awfully much. Yep. He's given more frees against than he gets. They found that 58 is the number I've got in my head. It was around that mark. 6 of them have been paid incorrectly against him. Which, there's going to be wrong decisions against every single player. If you did that for every single player in the league, there's going to be a few that were given harshly or incorrectly. That is not an outlier. 6 incorrect can't be an outlier to say that Harley Reid in particular is umpired unfairly.
Yeah, I think we're just looking at it a bit too deeply now, aren't we? I think just look at it at place value. Whether you honestly probably see a little bit more on TV rather than you at the game potentially, with a bit more of a zoomed out lens. But yeah, it is a really difficult one, and it's going to be spoken about for his whole career, really, or as much as he is at West Coast. That's for sure. So it is an interesting point, but I think him himself just needs to stop, or at least do better at getting himself a little bit less so in those situations.
Just to conclude that, obviously in the spirit of West bias, yes, Harley Reid is umpired completely unfairly by the Eastern biased umpires, and it needs to be fixed. State of Origin, Regan. It has been locked in for the next 3 years. WA will be involved in 2 of them. Got South Australia in February. I thought the concept was good enough to continue.
No, I'm glad they've released the next, 3 fixtures for it, and I'm glad at least a couple of them are back here in Perth, Western Australia at Optus Stadium. I did like the concept. It was good that WA put up at least a good fight against the Vics. I think that was especially handy. Played in February. I think I think that's just what we're going to have to accept now. Where it's going to
be. Someone mentioned that it will be a couple weeks later than it was this year.
Okay.
So it gives the players a bit of extra.
It was Valentine's Day, wasn't it?
It was. Yes, it was, which is why I was completely free that day and was able to go to the football. Did you go? Or you got in trouble for that?
No. I actually had a night game of footy that game.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. Or
You were playing?
I was something on. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Don't remember a whole lot about the game, but I'm
Were you
sure it was
playing
a
for
cracker.
WA?
I'm sure it was a cracker. No, I think I was first emergency. I was playing in the twos. They had a twos game. No one was really there. Weird sort of turnout at our Heathridge Park. There was only really like a couple people.
Interesting.
There. I was on the bench for most of the time. So
it's one of the all-time performances.
yeah, just in
you
case.
You can't make a
just in
mistake
case.
if you're not on the ground.
Exactly my point.
There were 58, 59K at Optus. So look, I think it spoke for itself that the fans wanted it, and I think the players said that they genuinely enjoyed it. There were a few injuries, and I think they're going to have to tweak that. Like the game probably needs to be shorter. Like it went for like 4.5 hours, a quarter, which probably wasn't ideal for the players trying to get back into it from a pre-season. But do you think that WASA will gain as much traction as playing the Vicks?
No, I think it's fair to say it won't. SA do have quite a few talented players that we will play for them, so that it is a cool concept. It's going to be nowhere, I guess, near how the NRL do it with their origin, but I quite like it. I don't know. It doesn't really tickle my pickle as much as I thought it would, which is weird.
Not like you've not felt particularly aroused.
No,
by
not really. I'm not sure why. I saw the announcement. I thought, oh, okay, that's quite cool. But
I guess it wasn't really a shock anymore.
Yeah.
Like they were never going to drop it. But it's the first one back. I don't think it can be matched. That was the first one back, and it was something new. So. I think then they go to SA Vic, which is fair enough. And that'll be good as well. And that'll, I guess they seem to claim that they're like the actual state rivalry. SA and Vic, they reckon that they've got the best sort of historical rivalry. They just don't care about us, do they?
No, and we don't really care about South Australia, do we? I mean, we were over there for gather rounds. We got to experience the state itself.
Well, it was certainly one of the states. Adelaide will go down as a city. Yeah, it will. Actually, that's a stretch. I did enjoy it. I'll give it credit. I did enjoy it. So, looking forward to Origin and Feb, and for West Bias in particular, that'll be a huge week. I mean, State of Origin just sums up what we're all about.
Yes.
Without state parochialism or whatever that word is.
Mark that one down in the calendar.
And I'll mark that word down in the dictionary because I have no idea what I'm trying to say. This one's massive, Regan. Speaking of state pride, we've got the new NRL team next year, the Perth Bears.
Yes.
Have just made a new signing as of last night or this morning. Can you believe that Jack Cole is a Perth Bear?
I can't believe it. I can't believe what I'm hearing. The Perth Bears is a real interesting one, isn't it? Because of course PNG are coming into the
weird. I forget about that.
At the same time, and they're getting all these absolute superstars and signing blokes left, right, and centre. And I don't know if the Perth, they're obviously trying to recruit new players and out and out sort of superstars because no one wants to be, I guess, rebuilding as a new team and starting off crap.
You want to be competitive from the off.
Similar, if we go to footy, similar to what Tassie are probably trying to do. But I don't know, they've just sort of been looked in the dust a little bit. Yeah, but in fairness, I couldn't tell you if the roster's good or not because I've not heard of any of the players and I can't pronounce half of them either. But according to this, Jack Cole is a 2-time premiership player with the Panthers, so that has to be a good sign. Well, the Panthers are just a legacy team in modern era of NRL. So, hey, happy to have you, Jack. Hope you enjoy what we have to offer.
Really looking forward to that. And I actually am looking forward to the NRL team.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, because you're seeing a lot now when, because Tassie coming in, a lot of stories are coming out about like when the Giants and the Gold Coast Suns sort of started up, like what that was like up there. I feel like that might be at least a little bit similar for the Perth Bears, where no one really know. If they walked past you in the street, maybe you wouldn't really know who they are, but it just takes one like Israel Folau or Carmichael Hunt
Yeah.
to sort of get people going. So maybe we'll see one of those come, but at the moment it's a bit slim picking for
Probably,
our
yeah.
Bears.
I think they have to be, like, obviously we've said that they need to be competitive from the start. Like, I think they really do have to have a good first 3 or 4 years. I think if they're just cellar dwellers, irrelevant in the league, then people here will drop off. Like, if Freo or West Coast, like West Coast have been shithouse for 5 years and they still pull 40, 50K and they're still, you know, the most sort of talked about, relevant, you know, powerhouse sporting club in the state, regardless of where they are. Whereas that's not going to be the case with the Bears. People will need to see like some on-field success and relevance.
Yeah, like you got the glory. Yeah, they got the force. Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like West Coast Fever and the netball have been good for a long time. Freo are luckily good at the moment.
You mentioned the Wildcats. They've obviously been incredible, and the Scorchers have been incredible.
And the Scorchers. So like we're going okay. We're going all right. But yeah, we don't need another mediocre sort of team coming in, do we?
100%. That's just about for the sport. Now, we've got the property report. Sometimes we look at some mansions that we sort of envisage ourselves in the next few years. Sometimes we have a look at some just crack dens that you just wonder how are they on the market. This week we've got a bit of a genuine one, because last week we were looking at the houses that were the suburbs that were now over the 2 mil mark in Perth, average median house price of 2 million. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 suburbs that are still under a median house price of 700K. Do you want to just have a crack at the suburb that is the cheapest median house price in the Perth metro region? Actually, include Perth and Peel.
Okay, is that a little bit of a hint there?
Probably.
It's so hard because, I mean, I was listening to last week's ep and some of those over 1 mil were like a little bit of a surprise as well. Are there any little surprise packets in here? Or pretty,
Not really.
pretty self-explanatory? Okay.
Not really.
Okay.
Maybe, honestly, the cheapest kind of does surprise me. It probably does surprise me because...
More inland, like a Morley type?
Morley is not. I think, no, Morley wouldn't... I think Morley, because of proximity to the city, still probably does okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morley's not in... Morley must be above 800K.
It's not Munich, is it? You know me and my suburbs. I'm not the greatest suburb guy.
Some Sunday debrief. Old timers here, because Munich was one of the all-time great suburbs.
I still don't know how I got to that.
I don't. The suburb was Mouchea, which is spelled Muchea, and Regan a couple of years ago was just on Munich. I think Munich is the capital. It's not the capital, but Munich is the city in Germany. Not sure where you got Munich from. I'll give you number one.
Yeah.
It's Mandurah.
Oh, really?
Which surprises me because, like, it's actually, I think, quite a nice place in terms of, like, location on the beach. You got like it's like an inlet that flows through.
We got like Safety Bay and all those sort of areas.
The beach is beautiful.
Yeah, it is real nice.
I guess it's distance from the city, but then can you sort of also claim that, well, it's like an hour closer to the Margaret River region? That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So they're at an annual median house price of 675,000.
So that's well below 800.
It is. So I don't think that's bad value. Might go and buy a house
I'm pretty far off it, but that's the closest I'll get. That's for sure.
The closest you get. To round out those others that are under 700K. So we got Medina. Armadale.
Yes, that's one I've missed. Yep.
Callista.
I can't say I've ever heard of. Where is Callista?
I have no idea. Callista is a southern suburb in the city of Kwinana. Okay. So close to Parmelia and Aurelia. That helps. We got Coonamp, Pinjarra, which I guess is also in the Peel region.
Yeah.
and then Midland at 695. So
Midland's close. Midland's close.
it's getting there. So yeah, there's a couple. I guess the east, the southeast, and then sort of the further south are all
Makes sense.
the cheapest.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Other than that, things aren't looking good. I tell you what, in Fremantle, I doubt you get anything in the six-figure mark, unfortunately. Let's go to. I'm quite excited about this. We both got a top 5. Now, when I called you yesterday, I was like, mate, I can't wait for this. I want us to reunite and jump on the pod and jump on West Bias. And you were like, do you want me to prepare anything? I was like, nah, not really, mate. Like, if you've seen any news around, then, bring it along. But other than that, just come and have fun. You've come and said you've got a top 5, which is...
Sorry, there is a dog.
There is... Hello? What's the dog's name? That's one of my favourite names. It's one of the all-time chats. I'm not sure he speaks the language. Okay, do you want to give your top 5? Because I'm really, really excited that you've brought a top 5 along.
It's top 5 dog names. And at number 1, it's...
It's my favourite. It's my favourite dog name.
Okay, yeah, my top 5. Because I was thinking you are, I guess, the one of the original pioneers for Perth news. Are you not?
Yeah. I'm there with your Rick Ardens and your Jeff Harrys.
Of course. But we're looking at in a deeper level here, and of course, West Bias is the number 1 news source that you need to go to get the latest. So I was thinking, who are the top 5 Perth-based influencers?
Okay.
And I'm hoping I've probably missed people.
Okay,
Let's be real. I've probably missed people. It's a bit of a light-hearted one, so I don't mean to get up in anyone's grill if I've missed anything. And this is, of course, not including yourself, because I was also thinking, if someone was to do this list in another state, I reckon you would be up there.
Look, no comment.
I reckon you would.
But I think I'd like to think that I'm all the top 47 top spots combined. I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm not sure. If from the news point of view, maybe, possibly.
Okay. So this is top 5 Perth influencers, not exactly news based, but just people in the surroundings that we know.
Great. Awesome.
That do a bit of content. At number 5, bit of a different one here. It's Justin Marandino.
Yes!
How good's he?
Justin Marandino here!
He's never too far
that.
away. He could pop out of the side of the bus before
Never
all we know.
ever too far away is Justin. That's a really good
He's
call.
an all-timer.
I think we want to get him on West Bias as well.
He is absolutely awesome. So Justin Marandino at number 5. Number 4, one of your all-time favourites. We haven't seen a lot of his content in a while, but ever so slightly he's been popping up every now and then. It's Average.
Yes, average
At
Dockers
number
fan.
4. Yeah.
He would have to be one of the more recognisable figures in the Perth sports space. I mean, he loves the Dockers. He loves the Scorchers.
I'm sure he'll love the Bears when they come in too.
He's going to be a massive Bears man. And it was quite it was a shock when he took a little hiatus from the scene. Yes. But I think he's back on board now. Yeah. Which is good to see.
Yeah, I have been seeing a little bit more of his content pop up.
Multi-talented too. He makes songs.
Yes. One of the all-time man on the Dockers. Man on the Dockers.
What a tune.
That'll be number 1 of my Spotify Wrapped, I think.
Imagine Freo winning a flag and instead of Freo Hevo, the MCG just reverberates with Man on the Dockers. Caleb Sarong.
Oh, the real big 3, goodness me. At number 3, I've got Mr. Sickham.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. He's built an absolute empire.
Yeah. He's one of the all-timers in terms of street interviews. Sometimes a little bit controversial, but that's what we like. That's what we like. He goes up to people, whoever, and he gets some good stuff out of some of the citizens of Perth, which is a good talent to have, because some people, they have some talents that lie right down, and I feel like he's able to project some of them into the wider hemisphere.
Yeah, what he does, like, as you say, can be a bit controversial, I guess. Like, some people argue, like, leave people alone. Or, he can often talk to some of the more vulnerable, I guess, people in society. But, I think he does it in a way that he wants to talk and find out people's stories, and he obviously oozes confidence. Like, I don't think he really cares about much, but he does it, in a respectful way as well. So, no, big respect for what he's been able to do.
And for the top two, I've got a couple groups.
Sure.
These guys, they don't reside in Perth anymore, but I'm sure everyone's seen their content. The number one pranksters, the Misfit Minds crew.
Mate. They've gone through the roof. Like, they would have over 1 million on YouTube, I imagine.
Yep.
Like, could be well more. Like, could be 2 or 3 mil. I'm not sure, but they nailed it. It all started with sneaking into the grand final when it was here.
Yeah, and they got on Sunrise, I reckon it was.
Yeah.
And that's where they, I guess, blew up a little bit more. And yeah, they're fantastic. Your Chocky Dans and
yes.
Who's the other character that Will plays?
The
homosexual fella.
Yes. The sort of the fruity one. He kind of wears
Ross Buckley.
Ross Rossi
Bucks.
Ross,
How did I forget?
You see a few people dressed like Ross Buckley around Fremantle, actually, just like a real unique fashion sense. But nah, they're awesome, and they're from the sort of Korean North Beach area, like local up there.
To us, yeah.
Humble beginnings, and I like that when they started, they would start their videos with like, "Welcome to the biggest YouTube channel in Australia," and they said that when they had 7 people watching, and like it's like speaking delusion into existence, and they probably would be up there with some of the most recognisable figures in Australia.
And at number 1, it's not Kick It Backwards, it's Kick It Forward.
Kick it, yeah.
Yep, they've been pioneers for a very long time. They are the absolute kings of rage bait. They were rage baiting people before that was even a thing.
They're woke. They like beers.
Really woke. They love beers, and they're just great people.
Yeah,
they're just great
awesome
people.
And yes, they did move over east, and as did the Misfit Minds boys, but they've not forgotten where they started, and they love the West. They're still biased to the West. They're great. And ran into them, sort of met them over in Gather Round as well, and they're just humble blokes.
Regular woke characters.
And I love the Twitter updates that they just top journalism from Josh Garland.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll probably come out today and say, hearing reports that a certain Reed from Fremantle has signed a contract extension 2 days after it happened. And as you said, rage bait kings. Like, they just... Speaking of, we were meant to mention the Oz Alert.
Oh, yes. How can we forget? That's going to go down as a day in history.
It will come down... Like, where were you
in WA?
Where were you when the Oz Alert came up?
I was actually at home making a very, very late breakfast at about 11 a.m. in the morning. When did it go off?
12 o'clock, exactly, yeah.
12 o'clock. So it was a very late breakfast, almost an early lunch.
Which would be one of the great times for this bell to ring, I imagine.
Yes, it certainly would. And I was actually just left my scrambled eggs on the old stove top.
Yeah.
And then I went away, and then the loud screechy beep started to happen, and I thought I burnt the house down. I go, there it is. Well, shouldn't have left my eggs on for that long. There it is. There goes the house. I'd be moving to...
Wayne and Sandra would have been livid with that.
There we go. We're off to Midland. And no, it was just coming out of my phone. I'm like, oh, here it is. This is the alert. And it was a little bit overstimulating for mine. A little bit overstimulating. It was a very high-pitched noise. The dog was going absolutely nuts. But hey, it will go down as one of the days where you think and look back and go, where were you when the Oz Alert did occur?
Absolutely. It was one of those moments that will go down as a moment in memory. The reason it reminded me was Scully and I were on record talking about Murphy Reed's contract extension, and then it started buzzing, and it gave us a bit of a shock. And it's just impeccable timing that we were talking about these breaking news, and then it was like, oh, fucking the whole country needs to know that Murphy Reed is signed until 2032. So, yeah, it was one of those moments, and much like your top 5 influencers, it'll just go down as one of the greats. That was a very good top 5, Regan, and I'm glad that you've brought that to the table, and hopefully, you know, in a matter of months, West Bias will be number 1 on that list.
I'm sure it will.
I brought the top 5 that I just thought was suitable for the Sunday Debrief reunion.
Yep.
We probably did this a couple of times on the Sunday Debrief. I've got the top 5 best pubs in Perth.
Okay.
Just, I don't know what the criteria is here. The criteria is, how excited do I feel when I think about having a drink at this place?
Yep. Okay.
So number 5, close to here, I've got the Left Bank.
Yep.
It's on the water. It just screams, you know, a warm summer's afternoon. Plus, you take into account that they do a couple events a year. So to have like the midwinter ski party and then the annual Christmas Eve, where they always usually have a pretty good lineup as well. Old Mervs did it a couple of years ago. San Francisco did it most recently, and then a bunch of good local bands. A couple of the great annual events, and a great place to have them. So we've got the Left Bank at number 5. Number 4, we've got the Garden in Leaderville. It just makes me tingle with arousal when someone says, let's go to the Garden and then Hippie Club this Saturday night.
It's just getting a little bit too popular for my liking.
Bit busy.
A little bit busy. Yep.
It can get a bit congested. Like, you really need to put your head over the footy and get a contested ball if you want a beer from the bar.
Yeah. Well, last time I was there, I saw Andrew McWalter.
That's right. Did you
Yes.
see? Yes. I think the Eagles boys frequent it. And
Yes.
is that not after losing to Richmond?
It was. Yeah, it was. I did realise that they had the bye that week after, so I said, maybe fair enough. But, yeah.
Benefit of the doubt.
Maybe start working on your drop punts, lads.
Number 3, I've got the Camfield with an asterisk on game days. Like, it's probably not the place to be just on a random, you know, Wednesday at 10:26 a.m.
Have you ever gone not on a game day?
Only a couple times, I reckon, on a non-event day. I reckon only once have I gone out of my way to go and grab a drink there when I've not already kind of been there for another reason or there's been an event. Yeah. But is that number 3 because, like, is there a better feeling than, like, the footy on a Saturday or a Sunday, or like a Scorchers game in the middle of summer, or the test match, and, you know, someone sends into the group chat like, Camfield pre, Camfield after, I hope one day when I send that message into you boys, you say yes, because it's not happened yet.
I was going to say, I can't really relate because I have no friends. And what is a group chat?
So I'm going to go back at you on that, because I think there's been multiple times where I've said, oh, you going for a game, like, do you want to go Camfield before? And I know you
Most of the
usually,
time I do drive to the game.
you usually drive, and you're usually
Yes.
with your dad, and then you've got pretty cool seats where you can go in the bars and stand by the boundary line. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there.
Okay.
This Friday, Freo Dogs,
I'll be there. Yes.
Camfield.
Sure.
That is exactly what I wanted to hear. See, I'm excited now. Okay, number 2. Fuck, we could probably go there after this. Gage Roads. Like, oh fuck, just an afternoon in the sun, sitting by the water with a pint of any of their selection of 172 taps, and just looking at boats. Don't you just love looking
How
at
good are
boats?
boats?
I love beer. Like, you know what they say, like the big 4 or whatever, you know, beers. I think it's normally, you know, beers bags.
The big 4. The starting five.
My big two is beers and boats. What more do you need in life? So Gage Road comes in at number 2. And the number 1, we're still probably a few months away from the peak of this, but the Cottesloe Beach Hotel.
Yeah, nice.
The CBH for a Sunday sesh is just unmatched in terms of excitement feeling.
Yeah, no, too right. You almost sort of, I don't want to say forget about it during the winter months, but it's almost a good thing because then you remember when it's summer and it's like, oh, where can I go? CBH exists.
It's almost, yeah, you're right. It's almost like, say, like the World Cup only comes around every 4 years. So you get super excited every 4 years for the World Cup. The fact that the CBH probably has that, like, in terms of the Sunday sesh, has that 3 to 4 months of peak time. It means every Sunday you're like, got to make the most of this. And when you're there, like, you got to make the most of it. I'd say the con of it is probably like the $72 pints that they sell.
That's a happy hour.
You only get that between 5 and 6. So it's hard to beat the Sunday sesh there. So like there's some summer weekends where you can go, I reckon you dream summer sort of 4 days. Let's say that the Scorchers land, I'll make it 5. Let's say the Scorchers land a Wednesday night game at Optus. Scorchers game, then Campfield. The Thursday, you've got the Scarborough Market / the Indie Bar. So that's a good Thursday. You can make a good Thursday out of that Indie Bar, live and local. Then your Friday, let's say you go to Gage Roads for a Friday. Nice Friday afternoon beer at Gage. Saturday night, you go for a Leaderville. So you go to the Garden and then go to Hippie. And then the Sunday, you've got the CBH Sunday sesh. That's your great 5 days.
And then Monday, you're in the line at Centrelink because you have no money.
Exactly right. You're on the phone to the parents saying, "Oh fuck, no, it's just groceries were just a bit high this week, so I'm just gonna have to borrow a bit."
Oh, I did see Rockabilly's went up to $5 in some places.
Oh, steep. Oh, shit.
Absolutely shocking.
It is funny though. You go like, geez, like might not be able to afford, I can't make pasta this week because pasta bags have gone up to $2.50. Pasta sauce is a bit pricey. Your protein drinks are up to $5. So like, yeah, I could make a dinner for the week, but that's going to cost me, maybe $15 to $20 to make. And I've got to save that $15 to $20 for one midi of single fin on the Friday, and you just happily tap that. It's funny how budgets can get thrown out the window when it comes to one of these pubs. Rugsy, that just about brings us to the end of West Bias on this beautiful Wednesday. Got to let you get up to Hamilton Hill, down to Hamilton Hill for Sport FM.
One of the all-time suburbs.
It is a great suburb, Hamilton Hill. Anything on the agenda for this afternoon's?
This afternoon's show?
Yes.
There's always plenty of footy to chat about. It is a little bit of a lull period in sport, which is a little bit annoying. Of course, no more Wimbledon, no more World Cup. So you're sort of just trying to find things to talk about. Last week was nice. We had Tassie come in, so that sort of took up, I guess, the whole week. But I'm sure we'll find something to talk about. I'll come up with something. There will be something. And we've got, we're only a couple of days out from Freo being back in action on Friday night. Yep. So, geez, we're the primetime specialists at the moment. It's are.
It's unique. But, yeah, we're used to having to wait till the Sunday 3:10. Now we just, Thursdays, Fridays, get the win and then don't stress about it for the rest of the week. So.
Any players played for both Fremantle and the Western Bulldogs? Come to think of it.
Players that have played
Matty Boyd did work at the Dockers for a little bit. I think he's at the Pies now.
Hayden
Crozier. Yep.
What a player. He was just a Freo player.
Yeah.
Like, showed signs, had a bit of talent, played his role, but like would not get a game in their current team.
He was your 10-dime Wazungus, your Jesse Chrysons, we can
don't forget
go
Justin
on all day.
Bollenhagen or just Josh Mellington.
Craig Moller.
John Griffin was actually a star. Righto, we could rattle these off for hours, but we better wrap up. Thank you for coming on West Bias. Won't be the last time, I can imagine. Hopefully Sebby's face is fixed up for next week and he will be back on. But it was nice to have a handsome change on the pod for once, and I hope Sebby's listening to this lying in his hospital bed waiting for surgery. That's us. See you next week.